6'4" at 145 pounds, Nabil Anane towers over one championship's bantamweight division. He currently holds the interim title. And he won that in a fight against Nico Carrillo, which I did not expect him to win. I said before that I didn't think he had the leg kicks to beat Nico. I didn't think he had the power to beat Nico. I didn't think he had the durability. Damn, did he prove me wrong with an impressive first round KO. So let's look at how he did it. He did this by having and using a significant reach and height advantage, which I didn't think would be as large as it was. He also kept Nico out of punching range very well, and he punished Nico's lack of defense. So let's discuss the height and reach first. It's no secret that Nico Carrillo is a very big bantamweight, not only in his height and his reach, but also his width and his muscle, being able to outpower his opponents simply just by sheer brute force. And against Nabil Anane, his size advantage was completely nullified. I thought Nico was going to be the one dude that could at least get somewhat close to the size of Nabil, but Nabil is just massive. Maybe not in terms of width and muscle, but in terms of height and reach, it's really quite incredible. And keep in mind, Nabil is a dude that has moved up from flyweight, which is just absolutely insane. But Nabil was able to use his reach to slide out of the way of the leg kicks constantly, not letting Carrillo, get off probably the most expected shot for him to land. Allowed Nabil to land his own leg kicks and disrupt Nico's rhythm, just landing a lot of good leg kicks from far away, even if they do get checked, just tapping, scoring, just again disrupting the rhythm. And it allowed him to jab from very far distances. And this is really beneficial because Nico doesn't have a lot of defense, right? He's a little bit lean back and just have a good chin, right? And if you're really, really long, you can kind of beat someone that's leaning back because you can cover that distance so quickly. But that really did give Nico a lot of trouble, and it really nullified a good chunk of his game right off the bat. Keeping Nico out of punching range. Nico Carrillo while he does have excellent kicks, knees, elbows, all of the above, he is primarily a puncher. It is his strong suit. And Nabil knew this, and he did an excellent job of keeping Nico out of punching range. He used a lot of leg kicks, and while not particularly damaging off the bat, I said this before, they keep him at range and they disrupt his rhythm. They force you to kind of reset. And that starts the little clock of you moving in. And same thing with the jab. You just punch a jab in someone's face, they're going to stop moving forward for a second or two, right? And he's just constantly jabbing, moving, leg kick moving, just to keep Nico just away. And when Nico finally did, get close enough to start throwing hands, Nabil just immediately tied him up in the clinch, just completely shutting down Nico's best weapons, punishing Nico's defense, or lack thereof. Here we see Nabil pump out the jab, which again is getting very concerning reactions from Nico. Right, he pumps out the jab, Nico puts his hands up, Nabil digs a right straight to the body. Nabil has excellent body work. But here we see Nabil jabbing, Nico kind of leaning to the side. He looks very uncomfortable. It doesn't seem natural to him. And Nabil is just able to reach him with the right hand from pretty far out, because against someone so long, you've kind of got to take angles instead of moving your head and pulling away. And this eventually leads to Nabil landing the 1-2 and dropping Nico pretty badly. And credit to Nico for getting up and fighting through, because getting knocked down multiple times like this in the first round is just horrific. But Nico gets up, Nabil again goes in with the right hand and Nabil goes in with the right hand, sits Nico down in his chair. He then goes for some knees, which again land really, really, really well. Nabil's knees are absolutely beautiful. But then he steps back in range and he goes for a head kick, right? Look at Nico's hands and look at Nabil's leg. Nico goes to parry, but Nabil's leg is already chambered. It's still chambered. So when he releases the kick, he releases it late. Krokop does a similar thing. Go watch Modern Martial Artists' video on Mirko Krokop's high kick. He'll keep it chambered till the very last second and then flick it over, and it'll kind of beat the parry, and this floors Nico clean. And again, credit to Nico for getting up. He was very clearly hurt. And this is essentially the net fight. Nico does follow up with some punches, but that's pretty much all she wrote. And an insanely impressive win from Nabil Anane. Nico Carrillo, while he does have a lot of flaws, is certainly no walk in the park. He has been some excellent names. Jack Kennedy, Seksan, Muang Thai, Nongo, Samapetra, and he was on track to fighting Superlek. And Nabil Anane, who entered one off of a first-round knockout loss against Superlek in his very first fight, has bounced back super impressively. He's collected some really, really solid names. Beat Nakrob Fairtex, dominated Muang Thai over the distance, dominated him, knocked out Kulabdam, beat Felipe Lobo by decision, beat Solin O. So he is just collecting scalps as he's running through the division. And he rematches Superlek in Tokyo on March the 23rd. Do I think Nabil's going to win? No. Am I rooting for him to win? Absolutely. Every single time. Such a likable dude. But anyway, guys, that was the breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you later.